is it not showing you on screen?
It's showing me, but you didn't say anything.
I'm sorry.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello.
That's just an epitome of the Dope Dichotomy podcast. Oh, see, and you got to turn your phone down, too. Oh, forgive me. So, welcome to the Dope Dichotomy podcast. What's good? I'm just a dope-ass lady, and my name is Mona B. I'm sorry I missed y'all last week. I had to go out of town, and then on Friday, I had the great opportunity of going to the March on Washington, which marked the 57th anniversary of the original March on Washington, and it was definitely overwhelming, definitely hot, very hot, lots and lots of people. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. I'll kind of ask some views on that later when I talk about my special guest, Azul.
Hi, I'm Azul.
Which we'll get into a little later. The march was dope, though. There was a lot of speakers, but the speakers that touched me the most was Martin Luther King Jr.'s granddaughter. She was like 10, and it was crazy how well-spoken and poignant she was, and her words were, but it's to be expected. She comes from that family.
Yeah.
Family of preachers and revolutionaries, And then Jacob Blake's sister, she definitely moved me because she said, y'all got the right one. And I understood exactly what she meant because there's just certain people like, okay, you got the right one. So if you know, you know. Anyways, it was really good. I ended up having to go in the medical tent, which I've never had to do before at any type of protest or march, but I guess I just got really dehydrated. Then I saw some of the speakers come in there. It was just crazy, but I had to put some ice on my neck and cool down. And then I was able to leave, and me and my brother went to Dave & Buster's and had drinks and ate and did things that was going to make me more dehydrated, I guess, but it worked out pretty well. But at the time in the medical tent, I was hurting. It was crazy. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. And I'm going to get into my special guest tonight. It is Mr. Azul.
Hi, I'm Azul. Too Cool Azul. Destroy Azul. Baby Azul. I don't even know.
You can have 5 million names.
Yeah,
son.
no, I go by a lot of names. I put a lot of names down for my own name.
Okay.
I have to keep it interesting.
So, who are you?
My name's Azul. I'm a producer and engineer and rapper, and I've been making music basically all my life, and I've been devouring music all my life.
And you've been producing since you were 11.
Yes. So I started out really young. I got a computer, and I used to watch like hours of YouTube. Like I would spend 80% of my day.
Shocker! Your generation watches hours of YouTube?
Yeah, no, but I would see videos of people making dubstep with beat pads, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. So I asked my dad to buy me a beat pad, and it came with software, like music software called Ableton. Ableton sucks, and that's gonna cause a lot of problems because a lot of people love Ableton. I hate Ableton.
You hate it?
Hate it. Horrible. But switch over to FL Studio, and it's been a wrap ever since.
Okay, awesome. And how old are you right now?
I'm 17.
17 years old, y'all. So the way that I came to discover Azul, well, he was already here. I'm not Christopher Columbus, but, find out about him is every Wednesday in Fredericksburg downtown at the Rec Center, we have open mic night where all the dope artists come out, all the karaokers. It's a great vibe. You should definitely come out if you're in the area. But I was there one Wednesday, and this guy comes out, I'm like, okay, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
They're like, he's a rapper. And then he proceeds to do music that I can't even describe. How would you describe the music?
Gutter trash.
Gutter trash,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
It's it's in there. It's deep in the rabbit hole of YouTube. Oh no, not YouTube. Music.
Okay. So it kind of sounded like. Do you know who the Gravediggers is?
No.
Okay, so when I was growing up, there was a group that was kind of like horror hop, like dark hip hop rap, and they were called the Gravediggers. You really should check them out because your music reminds me of them somewhat. Yeah. But then you also incorporated stuff in it, like it was very like mixed with Tyler the Creator-ish type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I make really pop out in my thing is the melody, and for songs that people are yelling on, usually they try and make the melody a backdrop. I like bringing it right front and forward, and I like my melody almost clashing with my voice, and just bass to just let it ride out. But definitely getting the lyrics in there, like crazy, just obscene lyrics. It just
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Holds everything together, most definitely.
Broadway just said, thank us both for attending Open Mic Night. He is the host of Open Mic Night. He said wonderful artist Azul.
Yeah.
Shout out to Broadway.
Wonderful.
Shout out to Travis and Nakia, who's also watching. Sorry.
Yeah, the wonderful is that's a statement on my music, but.
So, why do you yell? Like,
Okay.
why are y'all yelling?
Are
you mad?
No, I'm not mad. So my main thing is that, do you notice how little in your day that you do things that seem human? So in normal life, there is no need for you to jump. Like, and people start thinking, like, when's the last time I've even jumped? And there's no reason for you to sprint 90% of the time. And 90% of the time, there's no reason for you to yell. So especially going through high school, I would record music near constantly, and having all that energy just from going out to school, doing literally nothing, looking at computers, looking at a whiteboard. You get back home, you yell out that energy. You get it out there, and especially the group that I was with, or that I'm still with even right now, used to basically live in my house. So it would constantly be like a mixture of school, hanging out, and music. It was just a high energy.
Speak up a little bit into the mic. They're having a hard time hearing
My
you.
bad.
It's okay.
It'd be high energy all the time. Just, I don't know, just getting it out, honestly.
So the group that you mentioned that is at that you roll with, that's Digital
Yes.
Riot.
So I created it. It's called Digital Riot. It's a collective kind of a group. I don't know what you want to call it. But it's consisting of 4 members, including me. We have Gray Diamond, we have Zen Caution, and we have Blaze.
Okay.
So those are 4 people.
Gray Diamond, is he on that Error song?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the only person on Error.
He's dope. Yeah, I like that song. Make sure you project your voice.
Okay.
Projection.
I shall project.
There you go. So they all used to live in your house, and all of you do music together and solo?
Yes, together and solo. So making beats, they would be right there with me. Usually we take on beats as a solo thing. If we ever are on each other's music, we're usually featuring rather than doing a collaborative thing. But every now and then, especially for this one song called Untitled 999, we are all featuring on it, and it's more of a collective thing. So it's like more of your Brockhampton in the sense of everyone's contributing a little bit of something.
Okay. So just talking to you shortly, I know that where you used to be and where you are now is vastly different. So you are 17, but your music has a lot of explicit lyrics and stuff.
Yes.
Which is fine. The Dope Dichotomy is a no judgment zone. We are a learning zone, right?
Yes.
So no judgment, right? I'm not his mom or dad or whatever, but he definitely has something to say, and the lyrics have something to say, and you can see this as a very bright young man who got to skip the 5th grade, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Homeschooling will do that too.
You were homeschooled
Yes.
for a long time. So tell everybody about your educational background in just a second. Actually, I'm very ADD. I have to tell y'all, my fingers look crazy, right? They look crazy. If you don't know, I am a colorist. I have a salon Irie in Fredericksburg. And they ran out of gloves at the supply house. So I tried to bleach my hands as much as I could, but that's not dirt. That's literally hair color. So don't be watching my podcast and be like, she can't even clean her nails. Like, it ain't about that. They're always staying to some degree, but right now it's pretty bad. So anyways, I
don't think the bar is clean nails.
No, but this is bad. This is bad. If I didn't, I dipped them in bleach water before I came. If I didn't do that, it would look like a massacre. Like, it was crazy. Anywho, so tell the people a little bit about your educational background.
Educational background. So, I was born in Virginia, Chesapeake. I didn't do any, or if I did, I don't remember, but I did possibly like a little bit of elementary here. And then I went to Mississippi for a little bit. Got relocated to California, where a lot of my family was. I stayed in California for a very long time.
What part of California?
San Diego.
Okay. Carlsbad and
Yep.
Encinitas.
Yep.
I used to be in San Diego a lot.
Mission Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's all right there.
I like La Jolla.
La Jolla's nice, but I lived in Chula Vista.
Oh, okay.
I have to represent for Chula Vista. Chula Vista is like, I don't even talk to anyone from Chula Vista besides my friends Sean and Corey. Shout out them, but it's so nice. It's
San Diego is
so
a nice place.
nice.
Okay,
But-
so you weren't in California and you were homeschooled this whole time?
No, so I did kindergarten and first grade, and then I got into a fight, and my mom took me out of school. So did homeschooling till 5th grade, or finished
You got in a
4th
fight
grade.
in first grade and she took you out the school?
Oh, yep.
Wow, if you grew up in Prince William County where I grew up, I mean, there was a lot of fights in school. I couldn't imagine everybody taking their kid out.
Well, I think my mom took me out more because I was like immediately labeled as the troubled child.
Oh,
So-
you were the aggressor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to beat the label, I think she just took me out so I don't like make a rapport with these people.
Okay, I understand. So she takes you out.
She takes me out. I'd spend time under my mom and dad's wing learning. I do 4th grade. They give me the option to skip 5th and 6th grade. My mom doesn't want me to be that far out of like my social range.
Shout out to your parents that they had prepared you to the point where when you came back, they
Yeah.
gave you the option to skip 2 grades. Wow.
My mom stopped working to provide for me education wise.
Awesome.
Yeah, no,
Dope.
she's a G.
Awesome.
But
Love it. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. But skipped 5th grade and went to 6th grade. 6th grade was interesting. Had really bad experience there, but 6th grade led to 7th grade, and 7th grade is when middle school started in California. And the middle school that we were planning on going to, or that was set up for you to go to, my mom did not want me to go there.
Okay.
I don't even remember the reasoning, but she didn't want me to go there, so I went to Christian private school in California.
Okay.
I did 7th grade there, and then I moved back to Virginia with my mom and dad, and then went into FCS, or Fredericksburg Christian School from
Okay.
8th grade to 10th grade.
I'm trying to see if that can go up. Are you guys able to hear him clearly now? Please let me know.
Hopefully, I'm pulling my chair too. Sorry about that. Oh,
It's okay. It's okay. I know Broadway, dope parents. What's up, Tobias? Okay. So you come to Virginia. You end up at Fredericksburg Christian School.
yes.
How was your experience there?
God awful. I hated it.
Why did you hate Fredericksburg Christian
I
School?
hated Fredericksburg Christian School for multiple reasons, and I think it was because of how plastic everything was in general. So the friendships that you would make was plastic. The teachers were plastic. Administration was purposely more inviting to make you say things or to give things up, and then gaslight you through the experience.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You hear the intelligence on this young man? He said plastic and gaslighting all in the same paragraph. Okay. So, how long did you go there?
8th grade to 10th grade.
Okay, so 2 years there.
Yep.
Okay. And why do you think you had such a hard time adjusting to that school? Just because you're not plastic?
I'm not. No, that's my problem. Is I tell people how it is, and I convey myself 100% throughout all forms of people. And the way that I convey myself and my own personality, I think has always been so spiky compared to other people that it can sometimes cause problems.
Well, that definitely, I can relate. What's funny is I didn't even know that about you. I just felt the energy of your music and who you were. But that is who I gravitate towards people like that because that's who I am. And people don't change history. People don't bring about revolution. Shout out to Fred Hampton. Happy birthday. If they are clones. They
Yeah.
don't. And the people who do create change and move the cultures and the societies forward are people who speak regardless if their voice is shaking. They speak, they tell the truth no matter
Yeah.
what. So I commend you for that and for knowing that already at a young age, because when you're a teenager, it's very easy to morph into whatever is popular or whatever people are doing so that you don't get seen too much. But that's a really, really dope mindset to have. And you're really intelligent. Like, you're going to be dangerous. Like, you're going to be dangerous, for real.
Thank you.
Just when you get big, read them contracts.
Oh, 100%. I'm going to read it over. I'm going to have my mom and dad read it over.
Yeah, have your parents read it, because they sound like they already know what they're doing, for real, for real. So who are your, because the music is very experimental, rapping, some explicit lyrics, and then it goes into like screaming. And I watched a video. We have some slideshows that'll come up. There's a slide from the video, and they're doing mosh pits and, which, not to say that black people and black music doesn't do mosh pits, because Lil Wayne kind of proved that. We used to think back in the day that would never happen.
Yeah,
they were part, but nah, it's okay. So who are your musical influences that help bring about the music you like, or do you listen to people who are totally different than your music?
I listen to easy listening jazz, and that's not a joke.
Smooth jazz all stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even know that. I love jazz. That's so dope.
Yep. Herbie Hancock, Miles Davis, John Coltrane.
Coltrane.
Yep. Big masters of it. Love that. What else? I listen to a lot of funk. And I think that started with my dad. And I didn't start picking up on music that's popular now as something that I would truly digest until the new age of music started fully rolling out. So I don't listen to music that's on the radio right now and take it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I'll listen to it, but it's like dumb lit music. Like, I can turn off my mind and listen to that and think, oh, the 808 on this is bumping. But there's some music that I listen to.
Surface music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some music that I listen to right now that I wouldn't even say is a bump, but because it has so cool audio engineering techniques, it's immediately something that I respect.
Yeah.
And I think I've always been a person to where I can listen to something that I can respect and not be nodding my head to it or not be jumping up and down to it.
Okay. You can put that slideshow on now. Sorry. I thought he was there. I looked over. It's okay. It's okay. Well, I love jazz, and Coltrane and Sentimental Mood is my favorite jazz song of all time. I also love Davis and Thelonious Monk and everybody. But when you said the funk, I thought about, like, how do you feel about To Pimp a Butterfly? Because that was a very, his new one is rock.
Really?
Rock influence, yeah.
I need to hear that, and then I'll digest that as it's given to me. But To Pimp a Butterfly, I think, wasn't the catalyst, but it definitely was gunpowder.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I think To Pimp a Butterfly is so correct politically, not PC, but it accurately portrays everything political, and it brings jazz into it. I can say that is the modern day A Tribe Called Quest. Like, if we wanted to translate that to modern trap, that was A Tribe Called Quest album.
That's an interesting take. I wanted to know your take because you do understand different genres of music, and that album was very hard for people to unpack, but it's amazing. Like, if you understand it. But I'm gonna have to digest that and figure that out.
No, it was a really hard album to swallow, and I think a lot of people purposely listen to Pimp a Butterfly with their minds off, because if you listen to the lyrics, there's so much happening right in front of your eyes, and I think the message only gets more relevant with time.
It does.
Like, it
really
only gets
does.
more relevant.
And when you understand that he's talking to Tupac and all these different influences and how they influenced him, and the album is just amazing to me. But I understand that it's not. It was very successful, but it's revered amongst music enthusiasts. But a lot of people skip over that album when speaking of Kendrick Lamar. But that's why I love him. He is my favorite artist because every album he experiments.
Yeah.
So as somebody who's experimental.
But that wasn't his first time hitting jazz, though.
No. But a full funk
But
and jazz album like
full,
that?
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, each album has something different,
Oh
has
yeah.
a different concept, which is dope. Um, so, hey, Makora. Happy birthday, Makora. Tomorrow is your birthday. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Good birthday, B. So Broadway said, what's the bulk of your music about? Which,
A lot of my music is meaningless, and it's fun. That's at the end of the day, I make music that's fun, and that you can hopefully find some appreciation in. But you're not going to be finding the bulk of your enjoyment out of the lyrical content. Rather, I try and use my voice, especially the way that I like hit notes and the way that I extend the like girth of my voice to be more of a conduit for the flow and basically to bring everything together. I try and use my voice as a bow rather than something that's supposed to be what you listen to.
so if somebody was to search your music, like let's say you started putting your music on all the platforms, what genre do you think it would be classified as?
Oh, definitely hip hop.
Hip hop.
I mean, there's no
At
way.
the end of the day, it would still
Yeah.
be.
Because that's if you want to boil it down, it's just hip hop.
So if you were to come out with a hit single and everybody's looking at you and want to work with you, would you want to work with people like Jaden Smith and Tyler and like people like that, or would you want to work with other people who are underground who we don't know?
I think it's a mixture of both, and I think one of the best things that I would want to do is bring those two worlds together. And I know how many underground artists literally just like have spite for everyone in the industry right now, but I think there's the new age of rap music has been a catwalk for sounds and mainstream pulls from that, and that's not a problem. But I want to have the mainstream be on that catwalk with us. And there's not enough artists. And I don't want to say like me because I'm not doing it, but there's not enough artists with the same vision that want to tie these two worlds together, because the moment that you tie them together, you're going to get another 60s when it comes to music. You're going to get another 80s.
Please. Please. I'm all
Yeah.
for the progression of music.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's dope. There's a comment that says you won't need a publicist because you answer very great. I told him that. I didn't know that he was this intelligent. I didn't know like his story fully when I first saw him, but I felt that energy and I could pick him.
Thank you.
Energy never lies. So is there music background in your family at all?
No.
Nobody in your family
No
does
one in
music?
my family does music.
It's just
not-
something you like to do.
Not to rag on my parents, but both of them don't really have the best singing voices.
Oh, okay.
No matter how many times my mom tries to sing Sade or Hotel California.
Sade is dope.
Sade is dope. Sade has always been dope. So is Erykah Badu.
Erica is very,
Dope
very
as
dope.
hell.
I got to meet her.
Really?
I got to work on a New York Fashion Week show with her, and when I tell you her energy is something special, like
Oh, I can imagine.
something special, crazy. But yeah, her voice is sick live. Like what?
Yeah.
Sade, that's one of my bucket list people
Yeah.
that I want to see in concert
One
before
of-
I die. Who is a bucket list person for you?
A bucket list person was George Benson, and I saw him.
Okay.
Okay. Another little side discussion. Another bucket list person was Al Jarreau, and I had the
What?
tickets. I had tickets to go
Who
and see
are
him.
you? What did your parents feed you when you were little?
I had tickets to see him, and then he unfortunately passed
Yeah.
away. But he passed away maybe a couple of days before that performance, and even his team was telling him to stop touring because it was deteriorating his health. But
Now his song "We're in This Love Together" is in my head. It's gonna be in my head.
I
all
love
night.
the Garden, the dance
my-
up on the roof. Like that's where it's at.
So did you grow up in a musical house though?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Even though my parents weren't the musical people, or they were definitely always listen to this, listen to that. And then I got to an age where I started telling my parents, listen to this, listen to that.
And you were sharing music.
Yeah.
That's how me and my kids are. I love it. It's dope.
Sometimes my parents weren't on the same page as me when it comes to music
Oh, yeah.
recommendations, but some of the stuff really hit them. Some of the stuff really hit them.
And sometimes when you get to a certain age, it takes you a minute. Like So my favorite like young artist right now is like the Baby, Lil Baby, and
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch was the only one that from the very beginning I was on because he was kind of brought through by Nipsey. But the Baby and Lil Baby, when my kids was like, I was like, what in the world? No. And now I love them. So
Yeah.
sometimes it takes us a little because my eyes are very '90s golden era hip hop.
Yeah.
So it takes me a moment to get there. So I get it. So what are 3 songs in your heavy rotation
In my heavy rotation
right now? 3 songs that if you pull up, it'd be like you play these songs the most.
Okay, so there's a song called Venga by Chris Hinsey.
Finger like come.
Yes. And it is one of the best funk songs, funk and jazz fusions.
I'll have to check that out.
Oh yeah, just disgusting, just amazing from top to bottom. Another song called Nightmare 3 by Youngster Jack is heavily in my rotation. And then you're gonna make me think for this last one. Another song that's in my rotation.
I'm gonna have to look those songs up. I'm not familiar. I'm not hip.
Oh yeah, no, those are on two different worlds. Man, you're really catching me off guard with this one.
You can stick with 2.
Okay, you know what? No. Suggestion, just because I make it. I'm just gonna put out a suggestion since I listen to it all the time. There's an album called "I'll Try Living Like This," and I listen to it. I'll get into moods where I only listen to that album for months at a time.
For months at a time.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of how I am with Janae Aiko, but sometimes.
There's songs on that album that I can confidently say I listened to nothing but that song coming home from school for upwards to 4 to 5 months.
Was it that rough at the school? You to listen to the same song every day?
No, it's
what are they doing over there in that place? What the hell's going on? What's going on?
It wasn't a problem with the school. It's just
I know. I'm just joking. I like to cut up. I'm a fool.
Yeah.
So, your artist name, because your real name is not Azul.
It happens to not be Azul.
But Azul in Spanish means blue.
Yes.
Do you have a Latino background?
Yes, my mom's from Panama.
Okay.
She's an immigrant, and she constantly brings that side of the family. That side of the family lives in California and Panama, but the majority live in California, and we also have a lot of like that Jamaican accent too, because a lot of people that my mom's side married was Jamaican. So you'll hear heavy accents all throughout my family. My mom doesn't have the accent, but she still understands like 80% of Spanish, and she can still speak like a good bit.
Awesome. Shout out to all the Afro-Latinos out there.
100%.
And where did the name Azul, like blue, why is your name Azul?
Okay, so I used to have not used to because he's still my friend, but I have a friend named Zakai Blue, and he was one day like, all right, I think I'm going to change my name because I want to go into EDM, and I was going to suggest Azul, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep that name.
So you... So you stole the name. Well, you didn't steal it. It was your concept. Then you was feeling it. So
Zakai, I love you. I'm sorry.
Zakai has a dope name himself. Zakai is a dope name.
Oh no, Zakai is his legal name.
That's what I'm saying. It's a dope name anyway.
It's a
What's up,
dope-ass
Kevin?
name.
Kevin, he's a friend I've had since I was in middle school who lives in Georgia now with his lovely family. He's a really dope person, though. Very dope person. Very smart like you, too. We used to sit on the phone, me, him, and a girl named Rosalind. Hopefully she's looking. And we used to watch Jeopardy on the phone in middle school. Yeah, that's stuff, that's some of the things that people do. But, yeah, we used to watch Jeopardy. And
Jeopardy's funny.
And Jeopardy is dope, but I don't know many middle schoolers who did that. I don't know.
My middle school, I think one of the things I'll never stop remembering is my mom and dad get into like, they'll play amazing music and then they'll switch to NPR and hello, welcome back to Wait, Don't Tell Me. You never lose it. That this is recorded in front of a live audience. Live audience.
So as a youth of today in 2020, which 2020 is, you can look at it so many different ways, but
yeah.
How do you view the world as it is today? If you had to tell me your interpretation of the world right now as a 17-year-old man of color in Fredericksburg, Virginia, what would you say?
Um,
You would say, hey, that actually fits. That fits.
yeah, I'm trying to find a way to phrase it. I think it's a roller coaster that's only going down from here. And I think the only way that we can pull it together is in a community. But with how much politics and how much war there is of minds in general, and how people gear certain things that are supposed to be sacred to attacking, I don't think we're ever going to be in a state where we recover, and that the main form of recovery is going to be in the individual with family. I have hope, but I'm not sure if that hope is going to be executed.
Yeah. I think that's all we can have right now is hope, and definitely just keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
Do you use your music to speak on current events or things that are important to you, as far as that are important to you to affect you, but other people as well?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But me personally, and I think it's pretty evident that I'm far removed from the personality that my music portrays. And that's just because I literally use my music as a hobby rather than something that I'm trying to push a message through. And the reason I don't push a message through there is because with how much dumb fun stuff I have, the message would be downplayed when I can just straight up tell people.
So you'd rather speak on it
I'd rather speak on
and
it
use your music to just have
and
fun.
use my music to have fun, because at the end of the day, you have Azul, but then you peel that back and then there's me.
Yeah.
And I can talk for hours about this type of stuff, but I don't want my music to portray that, because I won't enjoy making that music when I could just easily sit at a mic and tell people this is how it is, this is what I think the future is going to be, this is some thoughts on how to remedy it, but at the end of the day, I don't know.
Yeah. Dope. So, where would you like to see the world go? Like specifically, all of the protests that have been going on. Because if you're in Fredericksburg, you know that we've been protesting hard.
Yeah.
So, specifically that area, where would you like to see things progress to?
In Fredericksburg?
Fredericksburg, but throughout the world, throughout the United States.
I think one of the biggest problems, especially with Western society, is the fact that we don't own up to problems. And I think a lot of things in the world would be better if we can just admit sometimes we're wrong.
Okay.
Because we constantly use scapegoats day to day to make ourselves look better, or embellish things or white lie things up to make ourselves look better. And I think if people can just own up to the fact that, this is wrong, or like that fucking white dude or the 17-year-old.
Oh, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, whatever.
And now they're spitting it that he was.
No, someone said that he's an American hero.
Oh yeah, not just someone. A lot. The whole the okie doke is already going on. It's going on.
No,
it's going on. And we know that if you were him, it would not have went that way.
No,
at all.
No.
Like
yeah,
2020 is
2020 is a lot of
It's really ridiculous.
It's a lot of and no talking.
Yes. So, I know that on your social media you've just started it up. You don't.
Yes.
I just felt that this guy's music was so different, even though it's not my particular bag. I know when something would work or would pop, and I can see that in him. And look at him; he's like he's dumb smart,
Thank you.
But I know that you're just starting the whole social media thing, but if people want to listen to your music,
Yes.
Where should they go? Please tell them.
So I have an Instagram for music for the Digital Riot group called Digital Riot Forever. On the follows for Digital Riot Forever, you'll find all 4 of the artists. I think we're following the Digital Riot spam page, which is basically just a meme page. But yeah, you can follow all of us there. But Digital Riot, if you put that into any streaming service, you'll find it. Sometimes it's mixed up with another electronic group from like 2013 called Digital Riot, but most
I found that too.
Yeah,
They're like from Athens, Greece.
Yeah, but most streaming services have already put the two apart because it's pretty clear that the music,
And you have a SoundCloud because I listen to a lot of it on SoundCloud.
Yeah. So SoundCloud and Spotify are the two biggest communities that we have, and I would argue that our Spotify is probably even bigger.
Okay.
We would purposely release music once every Friday, and then we would all pump in money for Instagram advertisements. But for some reason, Spotify loves consistency. You can play their algorithm just by posting constantly, and songs that might have gotten 100 views on SoundCloud have 2,000, 3,000 views on Spotify, only because of the consistency.
Yeah.
So it will start pumping out our music to everywhere.
Awesome. So definitely check him out. Look up Digital Riot and Azul on your social media platforms. I want to thank you for being here. Do you have any upcoming performances?
No, with all this COVID stuff going on, we have nothing.
So you can always come to open mic again.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on coming back
When?
this Wednesday actually.
No, you're not going away for school. You're starting school.
Yeah, no, I'm starting school, but I'm not going away.
You should come to open mic on Wednesday. Show people your thing, especially if they're watching this and they want to check you out again. That'd be a good opportunity. So thank you guys for tuning in. I have a couple of announcements to go through before we end this off, though. So, as you know, I'm an activist and I'm pretty heavy in that world, and protests are going on all over the place. I constantly have people asking me about when's the next protest or which protest is going on, or things like that. There is a protest coming up. We're going to have the flyer go up for that. There's a march coming up, and it's the Back the Berg March at 4:30 on September 4th, which is next Friday, and we will be starting at Hercamp Park. So if you would like to come, or if you'd like to donate water, anything like that, please do so. Please come through. Please show your support. We need everybody who is interested and wants to support a great cause to come out, for sure. Please do that. If you want to be on the podcast, because I'm starting to get people to ask those questions, a good way to, if you're a musical artist, because I do support local artists, to get a spot on the podcast is to come to the open mic nights on Wednesday, because that's where I watch the talent, and I watch okay, this person seems like they have something to say, or they have a certain skill set. That's a really, really good way. Also, you can contact me on my email, which is monabrown@thedopedichotomypodcast.com, or on any of my social media sites to come on and be a guest. But if you're going to be a guest, then you need to either be an artist or actually want to speak about some type of topic. I can get real, real deep, or we can get real, real funny, but it has to be real, real interesting. Understand? And if you want to come to the rec center, the open mic, we're going to have a flyer up for that as well. That is every Wednesday at 7 p.m. downtown Fredericksburg, 213 William Street. We have a great time. There's amazing artists that come through. It's all love. It's all races, ages. There's usually a party afterwards, kind of. It's just a dope vibe. If you are a poet, a singer, a rapper, you can even break dance.
You hear that, Josh? Josh, you hear that? You can come and break dance.
Actually, you have to break dance on the ground, because Eric's over there probably no.
Yeah.
No.
No, we need that TG break dance.
Fredericksburg Radio is the DJ host there, so he's like, no, you cannot break dance on there. But you can come. It's all love, though. It's a real good environment. It's you're not gonna walk in there and have people look down on you. The bartenders don't want to talk to you. Everybody's mad, chill, cool. It's a real good space to be.
I was
in,
there.
so.
It was a good environment. Mm-hmm. Come on through.
He was.
I was definitely there.
He was there. He just needs to come back.
I do need to come back. I need to make some new material and then come back.
Yeah, well, you can have a concept. We can give you a concept right now. It could be. Actually,
no. I have a really interesting session that's coming up. I'm potentially going to be in the studio with a guy named Austin Skinner, who's a big artist that came from Northern Virginia, and I'm going to be making some music there that I might be performing.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
Austin Skinner?
Yes.
I think I'm kin to some Skinners. Oh my dad. Figure out who that is before we see that. But I want you guys to also go check out his pages, follow him, all that good stuff. Give experimental hip hop a chance.
Yeah,
because it's different.
I'm gonna just
But it's
to
good.
open up the catalog for people. I'm gonna cite some names. So you have Little Darky. You have Parker with a 4 in it. You have I9 Bonsai. You have Diamonds on My Dick. You have High C. You have I know.
So there's an artist called Diamonds on My Dick.
Yeah, and
y'all are something else. This generation is
so
something
the
else.
craziest thing is that his whole thing is that he blocks people randomly, and if he knows my for me mentioning him on this podcast, he's probably gonna block me. So
why?
He sells T-shirts that's like DIOM blocked me on Instagram.
Oh, so that's like his thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's like a
Yeah.
little funny thing.
Okay.
But you have like Youngster Jack, hell, even Austin Skinner, and then David Shoddy. I mean, the list goes on and on. But those are the biggest people. Also, shout out Cubensis. Cubensis, that's a producer. Shout out.
He put me on the music. What's up,
Yeah.
Andre?
Shout
A
out
little late, buddy.
Hoodwitch. Shout out.
Good witch.
There's another one, and I'm forgetting his name. It's slipping past me. But yeah, also much love to all the local.
Well, I'm looking up Diamonds on My Dick because I have to see what this
yep.
artist is talking
Diamonds
about.
on My Dick and High C.
High C.
Yep, 2 people. They're basically in the same group. They make extremely crazy music. Their music isn't like yelling or anything. It's just they make really really risky technical decisions with their music, and it pays off.
I'm gonna check out some of this music, and I want you to check out Gravediggers because you remind me. It's not the same music.
If
but
I'm correct,
the vibe.
That's Memphis, right? Memphis rap, right?
I don't think so. I can't remember. I thought Gravediggers was from New York. Somebody chime in and tell me. Any hip hop heads on here? I don't know.
Because I know
Terrence on here?
there's music like that sometimes I sample and put over like jazz.
I don't remember Gravediggers being from
I could be wrong.
Memphis. I thought they were from New York, but
No, but the whole
be
style of
wrong.
Memphis rap in the 90s, the whole bootleg tapes and everything.
oh, you're talking about 3-6 Mafia.
If I'm correct, Gravediggers have like a similar sound, not similar, but similar enough to where they're sampled and re-put on jazz.
I don't think they have the. They have some similar concepts.
Yeah,
I would say.
So there's a genre called funk, PHONK, that will sample music from back then, like basement tapes, stuff like that, and put it on top of jazz, and it'll be like elegant sounding trap. It's really nice, and I've definitely seen Gravediggers flipped before.
So that's what when I was talking about earlier that New York Fashion Week. That's what there's a designer called Pierre Moss. He tells stories through his fashion. He's dope. He's like the Basquiat of fashion, black fashion, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
that's what he did. I didn't know that was an actual genre. So
Yeah.
he had a orchestra. They were like in all white, and there's you're just going through it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hold on. I've noticed there was like, when I wake up in the morning, brush my teeth. They were singing trap niggas, and I was like, but they were like, it was a totally different arrangement, and then it went into jazz, and I didn't know that was a genre. So you just put me on. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. So it's called funk with a P.
PHONK.
Taking all our classics and just messing them up.
I mean, repurposing.
Repurposing. I like it. I'm all for it. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, one of another genres is called vaporwave, and that's all repurposing like 80s, 90s music, slowing it down, sometimes adding on some like weirder, creepy things about it.
So like chopping, screwing, like pop 80s?
It's not even chopping. It's not the screwing part, but it's definitely more of chopping. So they'll chop it, loops. There's an idea of plenderphonics. I'm not well versed enough to give you a good description, but it basically follows that rule set of just repeating things can create something new. And
So it could be
sonically.
like, wake me up before you go. Wake me up before you
Yeah,
go.
no, but
like
it'll be
over
be
again.
extremely slowed down.
And slow down, like, wake me up.
Yeah. One of the
Oh,
most
I've
popular.
heard that before.
Yep.
I've heard that kind of music before, yeah.
Yeah, one of the most popular songs in that genre is Diana Ross song. It slowed it down, and they call it like the album's off of Floral Shop, but it's like Macintosh 420. It's
But
like,
that music does remind me of Chopped and Screwed.
oh no, it definitely it pulls from there.
It's not the same, but it really reminds me of it for sure.
Even though the big creators of vaporwave weren't intending on doing that, so I think vaporwave was kind of meant as a joke, and then people started being like, I can make this but good.
Yeah.
So you had like your Echo Jams, you have Macintosh Plus, you have other people, Skeletons. I mean, I can go on and on about that type of music because I love it. And recently, these people who started out back in the day are either have gone into obscurity or they're bringing it back. Like Macintosh Plus just released a single off of her album, Rise from Your Grave, and it's called something like Itch and Scratch. If I'm that's it's something like that, but it's a sonically a really interesting experience.
Oh, Itch and Scratch. I have to look up some of these people.
No, it's not. It's not. I know for a fact it's not called Itch and Scratch, but it's something and something.
Something like
something
that.
It's something and something.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again for being here.
Loved it. It was super fun.
Thank you. Tune in next week. We'll have Kostin, Sleazy, and Espada, who are also very, very dope artists. We're going to have rap, reggae, some Afro beats, really, really, really talented brothers. So please tune in next Sunday at 8 p.m. on my Facebook page. And then, as always, the podcast is available within 2 days on all major platforms. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later.
Love y'all.
Love you.